He's been calling him Ron D. Sanctimonious, Ron Dishonest, Meatball Ron, and Tiny D. What do you think about these nicknames?
Tiny D is probably the hardest hitting. Pause. And
Tiny D is the hardest hitting. Women's History, Women's Day. This always sneaks up on me. Like, what came first? Was it Women's History, and then they added Women's Day on top of that? Is like, what's the difference? What's the significance?
I don't know. That's a really good question, because it's not like for Black History Month we have a Black Day.
I wish we had a Black Day.
I know, right? They fucked us up. They gave us February, already a short month. We get 29 days on the leap year.
Right.
And then we get Valentine's Day right in the middle, which really, like, depending on when Valentine's Day lands, that could take up a few different days. I mean, we talked about my
Valentine's
situation.
week, yes.
Yeah. So, no. Look at that. Women already doing us up right after Black History Month.
Yeah, I mean, we do have Juneteenth now, you know.
True.
So
True.
There's that.
We also get MLK weekend in January. So maybe it balances out.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But shout out to all the women out there.
Yes, of course. Of course. We're not trying to take anything away from you. You deserve everything that you have coming to you this month. All the girls' nights or whatever else you're going to be doing to celebrate your history.
Yes, your period this month.
Yes.
Or, you know,
Yes,
if you have
that's right.
menopause, then you over that. You know, you good.
Yeah, you good. You just got hot flashes. So, you know.
Yeah, stay cool, everybody.
Well, listen, let's get away from this topic before they fuck us up like Don Lemon. All right,
man, you broke the rule. We can't curse in the first few minutes. I think we might be past it now.
Are we past it? It's been 10 minutes. We're good.
We're in the clear. You know who's not in the clear? Wuhan lab.
Oh my god!
From when COVID first started 3 years ago, we were like, well, how did this happen? And you know, we discussed it being like a biological weapon, or maybe it came from a lab. Now, you know, the U.S. Energy Department, they said it most likely came out of a lab in Wuhan. They don't think it was like lab created, but they think, you know, they were testing viruses, which they do in labs all around the world, to study them and try to, you know, figure out ways to fight them. This may have came out like on someone's shoe, or who knows. But it seems like this news came out and nobody even really cares at this point. Like, is COVID over?
Well, you know, I don't want to give credit to this person, but Trump did say that this was their fault.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like somebody didn't follow the proper safety protocols. That shit got out. This is just like all those movies where there's like some crazy virus, that gets out of some lab somewhere, and people start dying, and this is what happened.
Yeah. I mean, Trump said a lot of crazy shit during COVID. He said, why don't we just, you know, use a UV light inside of people's bodies, or people
chlorine, inject
bleach.
chlorine.
Yeah, why can't we just inject bleach? That kills it. You know, he also said it will be gone by Easter. It was not.
He did say that. I think this weekend is the 3-year anniversary of when
the lockdowns.
My job was like, oh, we're gonna do a work from home pilot, and then we never went back to the office.
That's a 3-year pilot, a never-ending pilot.
Exactly. So, you know, happy 3 years for COVID.
Yeah, we're here now, though. Now we're doing this in person. You know, we started, you know, in different locations. So we are expanding. We are growing. Yeah. But, you know, Trump, you just mentioned him. You know, he's talking about running again in 2024. And I know in our conversations, you were saying you think, you know, DeSantis, the governor from Florida, is a real threat to, you know, to actually winning the whole election.
I do.
In 2024. Trump is aware of this. You know, Trump takes a lot of credit for getting DeSantis elected the first time. Mm-hmm. I think, what was that, like 2018? I think
something like that. Because he just won the most recent election again by a landslide.
A landslide with no help from Trump this time. You don't need him no more.
Yeah.
But Trump is workshopping some nicknames for Ron DeSantis. So he's been calling him Ron D. Sanctimonious, Also, some of these names are hilarious, man.
This man
Ron
is a menace.
Ron Dishonest, Ron D Establishment, Meatball Ron, and Tiny D. Tiny D is the last one, man. What do you think about these nicknames? And do you think that there'll be enough for Trump to overtake the Republican Party again?
I think that the last one, Tiny D, is probably the hardest hitting. Pause. And
Tiny D is the hardest hitter.
The fucking jokes write themselves. Like, I don't know what to say. I think that's probably the best one he's come up with. He's got to keep trying them out. You know, he's this is what Trump does.
Yeah.
Like, he just wears you down on the campaign trail. He just continuously will talk smack about you, say lies about you, and he's already announced it's the beginning.
Yeah.
This is just the start. We've still got a long time to go until the actual election. We've got a year and a half?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is just starting.
Yeah. I mean, the nicknames are hilarious.
Ron D Establishment.
I always like Trump's nicknames. I like that part of it.
I wonder if he has a writer or if this is like all him. If he's just up at night angry that this person would even test his patience and like coming up with nicknames.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what did he call Marco Rubio? Little Marco?
Yeah, little Marco.
Yeah. He said a lot of disrespectful things during the debates to all the different Republicans, which I really enjoyed at the time until it kind of stopped being funny. Got to be too real.
He pulled no punches. Remember, he was talking about Ted Cruz's wife. Like it's just he's a menace out here.
Yeah.
He's a big bully.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, I'm not really looking forward to 2024. I know you're still waiting to see if he's going to run again. But, you know, the U.S. House panel, they gave Biden the power to pretty much to ban TikTok, which is something that Trump was talking about when he was in office about, you know, pretty much TikTok is owned by this Chinese company, ByteDance. And, you know, people are always talking about China and it being a security threat. Where does all the data from TikTok go? So the House actually gave him the power to ban TikTok as well as any other apps which could pose security issues, which sounds a little bit scary to me.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll ever be able to ban TikTok? They have 100 million users, I think, in the United States.
I mean, I think they definitely could. All you have to do is make sure that it's not on the App Store, not on the Google Play Store, and then the only way you can get it is through third party or like black market sort of stuff, and I think that's pretty straightforward. Do I think it'll happen? Probably not, just because there's probably, I have to assume there's money involved in this. There's money involved in everything. So there's a lot of money with TikTok. They tried to ban it once. It didn't work. Now some committee passed a law saying that they could do it, but I don't put much stock into the committees and when they come up with different things, because it has to be legislation. If it's not legislation, then they're just giving us like bullshit to listen to.
Yeah, we'll see. You know, I wouldn't be mad if TikTok was banned. I mean, I would be a little bit mad because a lot of what we talk about comes from TikTok, but I don't really like it as an app. I think it's kind of bad. A lot of the trends that come from TikTok, I feel like are just ridiculous, and people are just kind of turning into these weird puppets, trying to do these dances or, these trends. I don't even understand a lot of the humor from it.
Dude, people do things that are so disgusting on there. I don't know how many videos I've seen that have been transferred from like TikTok to Instagram where someone's cooking in their sink and like just putting the bare food in their sink and preparing it. And I'm like, these are the nastiest people on earth. And I don't know if they really eat like that. Like after they cook that, then they eat it, or if it's just literally to get people to watch it and comment and say how disgusting it is, or somebody to say, oh, this looks so good or whatever. I don't know.
I mean, NyQuil chicken got popular on TikTok.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I
a
did
lot
forget
of
about that.
weird, stupid things. But I don't think they'll ever ban it. I think, like you said, there's a lot of money tied up in it. But it is weird to see government and big tech kind of working together to, you know, talk about what is secure and what's not secure when they really have all of our data and information. It's just like, what are they going to do with it? And yeah, where is this going to go? Because if they ban TikTok, then what are they going to ban next?
The weird thing to me also about the connection is like they figure out ways to work together when it like can bring value typically to the individuals within the government or to the tech companies. But when it comes to just larger things that can help the greater population of the United States or other countries, they can't seem to come to an agreement ever.
No,
And it's
of course
so
not.
frustrating. It's so frustrating. Our systems are so behind. Like the government's just now moving to the cloud. The cloud's been around for 15 years.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Well, the cloud, you got to get a secure cloud. There's a lot that goes into that.
There is, but I think that they're just slow to do these things.
Yeah, they're slow with everything. So we'll see what happens. I know TikTok also, they said, oh, we're limiting users under 18 to like an hour a day of using TikTok.
Oh, really? I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So
How is that even gonna work? Like, do you have to put in your? I
Your
would assume
age.
you have to put in your age, and then after an hour, they just shut down the app on you. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I know a lot of parents out there are going to be really upset because they just like
Yeah,
they just
right.
like to have their kids watching
Exactly.
TikTok. And
That's their
YouTube.
babysitter.
Yeah, TikTok is a lot of people's babysitter. But yeah, I don't know, man. All these apps, TikTok, Instagram, a lot of it can get people in trouble.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Tell
Like-
me about it. Tell me about it. We've seen a lot of that recently.
Subscribe on YouTube, subscribe on Spotify, follow on Instagram,
Of course.
Twitter, TikTok,
All the apps. We're everywhere. We are
Everywhere.
everywhere.